Last week we had our performance and it was at a cafe in Edmonds called Cafe Louvre, and it's sort of a French-inspired coffee shop. So we arrived at the cafe early to do a cue to cue and practice with microphones and the keyboard that was there, and to organize the tables and chairs in the place to look more like a theater venue. People started arriving later, and more people started arriving, and there ended up being about 100 people there, which was a lot more than most of us expected to be, and it was very exciting. We had around 20 performances, which were all by high school and college students.
Hear my song, it'll show you the way you can shine. I'm not freaking out, I'm really okay. I'm totally chill, or I will be someday.
So my goal was to create a cabaret of musical theater songs, and I started asking people to join the project around the beginning of the year, and so did the other intern, Erin. And we eventually collected a group of about 13 people who were really excited, and we all rehearsed on our own until a few weeks before the cabaret, and we had 3 rehearsals.
Almost grown, but close up on average, grades from the average life she's known. Now zoom in the lens on the rest of her friends as she stays alone, doing the work, getting it right, 'cause I know.
I'm Chelsea. I'm the Dramatic Arts Coordinator, Program Developer for foundry10. And the cabaret came from an idea when I met Annika at her school. I caught her on her lunch break practicing for a performance, and I thought, this girl is dedicated to her work. I wonder if she'd be interested in pursuing her work further. So I offered her the idea of joining foundry10 on an internship project. She came in later that week, and we discussed the idea of hosting a cabaret performance. People kept saying to me, a cabaret with students, what is that? Cabaret is, in the musical theater world, it's a evening of song.
I'm James Schilling. I chose my solo, and I mentioned this at the cabaret, but because it's about living with the decisions you've made and not apologizing for them, which I think is a really important lesson to learn, and doesn't often get to be sung by younger performers, and especially the subject matter of the song, which is about a 17-year-old finding out he's going to be a father. It's just something we like to ignore that really does happen more often than we choose to admit. I learned a lot. It was just a great opportunity for me to practice seeing what I'm singing to and being changed by it, and to see that truthfulness and living in the moment from all of my peers, especially during my duets, and just learning that everyone is even better than I already thought they are at what they're doing, and that I'm so lucky to be doing this. So I would absolutely do it again.
Punch in the face. This news can't hit harder. I'm losing my place, trying to swallow it down. Am I awake? Should I question my order? For every word that she says, every word that she says, I should leave this place, pretend it's not my bother, find someone else, 'cause I'm not prepared to father, and I'm 17, for Christ's sake. I just want my mom, but no, no, no,
and I sang a song called I Can't Talk Right Now, which was actually an original song. I sang it because it was my original song and I was really excited to share it. I hadn't done anything with it before and it hadn't been performed before, so I was just really excited to share it. And since it's an original song, I just really connected with it because it was everything that I had written down. And yeah. And I learned that it's really difficult to share those things sometimes just because they're so personal. And I think it's amazing how people can write full musicals based on their life, because I don't know if I could do that because it was really hard. But it was really rewarding to share it as well because I got a lot of good feedback on it and people said they liked the message that it gave, and that was kind of more what I was going for than the tune or the melody or anything. I would definitely do it again in a heartbeat. So when's the next one?
But I won't be fine. I want to scream, I want to shout, rise to my feet and let it all out. But I know if I do, well, I know I will break. I'm simply not sure how much more I can take. Maybe you're rich, and okay, that's fine, but we've come this far, and I'm on my last dime. You're standing there, staring at me with those striking blue eyes. Why can't you see that I can't talk right now, 'cause it costs too much, and there's so little left of me. I think I might die if you took another piece. I don't know who I'd be. I can't talk right now. I've heard it said.
Singing a duet with Alex really showed me that me and her have a really strong connection, that it really means a lot to me. And it was really fun to actually have a time where it's just us to connect. And it's that it wasn't too serious, but it was still serious, so I thought that was really enjoyable. From singing a song that I wrote, I learned that even just like simple words that's very like common slang, it can actually mean a lot. I was happy because it really made an impact on people, because I felt like most people could connect to it. And I learned from myself that it was difficult for me because I was singing from my heart and I wasn't acting as someone else. I couldn't mask who I was. I was really singing how I myself would sing.
I have been changed for good. A star. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird. What's the perfect balance between feeling too much or not feeling enough?
Hey, I'm Rebecca. Hear My Song Cabaret was an awesome opportunity. I decided to sing Quiet by Jonathan Reed Geltz. I picked that song because I really related to it, because it's about speaking up for yourself, and personally I often find myself backing away from conflict, and it helped me learn how to find my voice and speak up for myself. I also sang That's Life by Gene Kelly, and I really like that song because it's about not giving up even when things are hard or people put or you're rejected or people put you down, but just picking yourself up and trying again. And I think it's really important to have that reminder to not give up and to know that there's people in your life who want to encourage you and help you, and it was an awesome opportunity to be able to sing that song for some of those people that I have in my life. I learned that it is working hard, doing something you love, surrounded by people you love is totally fantastic. Would I do it again? Absolutely. When can we do the next cabaret? Thanks.
I was not built to idly stand here, letting you make my decisions based upon your point of view. You never allowed me my own freedom. Well, hear me now. Show me now you're the man that I want to be with for the rest of my life. I have so much love to give you. Just open up your eyes and you'll see. Time after time, I find that I'm struggling to tell you what's burning inside. And then you're a hope that you finally see. Still yes I can't remain My best friend had a little situation at the end of our senior year.
Hi, I'm Alex Robinson, and I sang I Can Do Better Than That for the last 5 years. I love the song, and it really taught me a lot of how to be raw with the character and not be like overacting. And it was just an amazing time. I would definitely do it again. And you know, I love about the song is that even though all these things happen to Kathy, she just keeps on trucking along and doesn't let her stop her. And, you know, she's like, you know what, I can do better than that. And that's not the life that I want to live. And I relate to that entirely.
Thinking, what have I got to lose? Got a room, got a cat, and got 20 pounds thinner. Met a guy in a class I was taking with some very well-placed tattoos. He wouldn't leave me alone unless I went with him to dinner. And I guess he was cute, and I guess he was sweet, and I guess he was good in bed. I gave up my life for the better part of a year. And so I'm starting to think that this maybe might work, and the second it entered my head, he needed to take some time off, focus on his career. He blew me off with a heartfelt letter. I thought I can do better than that. You don't have to get a haircut. You don't have to change.
I would definitely do a project like this again. I had a really great time meeting all these new people, and I feel like I made a lot of friends who are interested and dedicated into the same things that I am. And I loved seeing enthusiasm that people bring to a process like this. I really liked the idea of having student-led internships because most of the internships that I've heard of are very structured, and rather than getting like first-hand experience, you're working alongside someone who's getting the first-hand experience. So this was a really interesting way to venture into the other side of theater that isn't performing, that I haven't been in before.
I was really impressed by the work that they did, both on their own and with the group. Something that I hoped that the students would get out of this project would be an idea that it is possible to do your own work. Because as a professional theater artist, I have learned how to put on my own work in order to make more work for myself. And I would love for that to have been taught to me when I was in high school. So I hope that the students involved walk away knowing that it is possible to make your own work that you are passionate about and love if you just get great people in one room focused on achieving the same goal. And they did that, and they did it really well.